Welcome to the world of probiotic foods. This is Cultured Food Life with your host, Donna Schwenk.
Welcome, everybody, and thanks for joining me. Today, we're going to be talking about how fermented foods can naturally heal your gums. For many years, I witnessed the powerful ways that fermented foods can transform our health, from digestion to immunity to mood to so many things. But did you know that they can support something as specific as gum health? I really noticed it when I came back from vacation and I hadn't had my kefir and yogurts. Well, I'd had a little bit of yogurt on vacation, but I hadn't had kefir every day. And I noticed my gums were bleeding, which doesn't usually happen. So when I went back to having kefir every day, it stopped. So I experimented. And sure enough, when I would stop kefir for 4, 5, 6 days, I started noticing my gums would bleed, but they wouldn't do that if I had it every day. I really noticed a huge difference if I had it twice a day, about a half a cup a day, twice a day, once in the morning and right before nighttime, or right before bed and nighttime, I would have a half a cup of kefir. I do that a lot because kefir has tryptophan, so that helps me sleep. And so I always sometimes take it at night because it just is very soothing to me and helps me to sleep. Just recently, a friend told me that when she had kefir twice a day, that she was taking it because it was helping with asthmas and all kinds of lung problems she was having. And she was doing it twice a day. And her dentist told her that she had noticeably less plaque on her teeth at her yearly exam, or her 6-month exam, I think it was. And when she had it only once a day, she noticed when she went back, she had more plaque than she had when she did it twice a day. So she went back to doing it twice a day because it made such a difference. So those little beautiful jars of kefir, cultured veggies, and probiotic yogurts are quietly working wonders on your smile too. And it's one more reminder that fermented foods just don't feed you, they heal you. Gum health really begins in the microbiome. Bleeding gums, tenderness, and inflammation are often signs of gingivitis, and that's a condition caused by harmful bacteria that builds up around the gum lines. And these bacteria form plaque, trigger an immune response that can lead to swelling, bleeding, and even tooth loss if unchecked. But here's the good news. Just like your gut, your mouth has its own microbiome, and when you give it the right bacteria, you create a thriving ecosystem that supports healing and resilience and just makes everything better, not only in your body, but in your mouth too. So when you eat fermented foods like kefir, cultured veggies, and probiotic yogurts, you're doing more than feeding your gut. You're seeding your entire body with beneficial bacteria. And those good microbes don't just stay in your digestive system, they travel through your mouth, your throat, and even colonize your sinuses and your gums. So here's how fermented foods help your gums. Number 1, they crowd out the bad guys. So bleeding gums often occur primarily because of inflammation caused by harmful bacteria in your mouth. Kefir, yogurt, and veggies are packed with different beneficial probiotics like lactobacilla and lactobacillus reuteri and lactobacillus plantarum and many other strains, which help displace and suppress harmful oral bacteria responsible for gingivitis and inflammation. These strains are known to fight off that harmful bacteria responsible for gum disease. They help restore balance and harmony just like they do in the gut. Number 2, they reduce inflammation. Fermented foods are full of anti-inflammatory compounds. They have bioavailable nutrients and peptides that help soothe irritated gums. And kefir's probiotics, and remember, there's over 50 in kefir, not only suppress harmful bacteria, but also actively reduce inflammation by interacting with your body's immune response. Lower inflammation means your gums become stronger, healthier, and less prone to bleeding. They also strengthen gum tissue. Fermented dairy in particular is rich in calcium, magnesium, and vitamin K, which are essential for healthy teeth and bones, including the bones that support your teeth. Strong roots mean healthy gums. They also balance your oral microbiome. So regular kefir consumption creates an oral microbiome due to its many strains where beneficial bacteria dominate. When your mice microbiome is balanced, inflammation significantly decreases, resulting in healthier gums so they don't bleed. Now, another great thing about kefir and yogurts and cultured veggies, all of them, is that they have a lot of minerals and vitamins that strengthen gum tissue. When kefir naturally contains things like calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, vitamins such as K2, D, and B complex. These nutrients nourish your gum and support healing and tissue regeneration, which is really important, especially as you get older and as you age. They also contain natural antimicrobial peptides. They contain these beneficial peptides and organic acids like lactic acid, which gently cleans and maintains oral health by creating environments that are unfriendly to harmful bacteria. So, how do you use this for gum health? How to use these fermented foods? These are simple ways you can do it. It's super easy to do. So, number one, have kefir daily. Just 1 cup of kefir per day can produce billions and billions of probiotics that help balance your entire microbiome, including your mouth and everything else in your body. So I like to split it up into 2 servings, one in the morning and one at night. It works really well for a lot of people with gum problems. And what I do too is I sometimes will put that baobab powder that I've talked a lot about on many of my podcasts and on my website. It's a huge probiotic, and I just stir like a teaspoon into it. Kind of makes it taste more orangey flavored. I don't even flavor my kefir. I just pour it straight from the jug and put a little baobab powder in it. Sometimes what I've been doing too has been kind of fun. I have some freeze dried raspberry powder that I got. I love that stuff, and I just sprinkle that in the kefir, mix it up, and it makes a great. It gives it a little bit of sweetness, but also gives it some more prebiotics that really taste good. And I just mix that in my kefir and drink it really quick. Now, another thing to do is to try L-reuteri yogurt topically. You can also eat it. You can do both, but it works really well topically, and it's really friendly to your gums. There's some research to support this, and I have that if you go to the link in the description, you'll see the article and you'll see the research. But you can have it to eat it, or you can swish a spoonful around in your mouth before swallowing, or apply some directly to your gums with a clean finger after brushing, and you can eat it too, and then you can spit it out. But that's another great way because L-reuteri is very strong. L-reuteri is in kefir too. It's in very small amounts, so you don't get as many benefits as you would if you ate the yogurt. But L-reuteri is a very strong probiotic strain that really does colonize very, very well. But kefir has like 50 probiotics in it and a bunch of good yeast too. So that's why it's so effective. But L-reuteri is very effective too. Doesn't have as many other strains that you need, but it is great to put on topically. Another great thing to do is rinse with fermented veggie brine. And you dilute the brine from the sauerkraut or you can use cultured pickles, and you can put a little water in there and swish that around your mouth for like 30 seconds, like a mouthwash, like a probiotic mouthwash, and then spit it out. It's refreshing and it's healing. And I have a whole recipe called gut juice, and you can just make a bunch of brine. Like half the jar would be brine, half of it would be veggies, and you can just use it like a mouthwash every night and just rinse it around in your teeth, and it works really, really well. And it's super easy to make, and that lasts 9 months in your fridge, so you're not making it all the time. Another important thing is to stay away from refined sugars. That feeds the bad bacteria in your mouth that causes inflammation. And, really stick to whole natural foods and let your cultured foods do the work. It's kind of amazing. So let me talk a little bit more about fermented sauerkraut for gum health. So most people think of sauerkraut as a tangy side dish, which it is, but when it's raw and naturally fermented, and this goes for any cultured veggie, it becomes a very powerful probiotic food that can help heal your gums from the inside out. So raw live sauerkraut, not the stuff from the stores that's in cans. That doesn't work. That doesn't have any live bacteria in it. But raw sauerkraut, and you can find that in the health food sections at the health food stores and even at regular grocery stores. It'll save live cultures on it. Bubby's is a good one. And Bubby's sauerkraut or pickles is really good. But one of the key things that it has in sauerkraut is Lactobacillus plantarum and Leucococine menestrodes, those are very powerful probiotics, and they really inhibit the growth of harmful bacteria that cause gingivitis and plaque. They balance the oral microbiome, reduce inflammation, and support tissue healing. But they also have huge amounts of vitamin C, Vitamin C is really critical for gum tissue repair and collagen production. And sauerkraut is one of the best fermented plants sources of vitamin C. It's huge. It has massive amounts of vitamin C in it. So it helps your gums stay strong and resilient, and it really works like an antibacterial brine. So the liquid that the sauerkraut ferments in is called the brine, and it is a gentle antimicrobial properties that help cleanse the mouth without disturbing the balance of good bacteria. It actually promotes good bacteria because it has that in it. And most people don't want to eat sauerkraut before, after they, go to bed, or so the brine works really well as a mouthwash. And you just got to swish around, add a little water to it, let it swish around for 30 seconds, and you're good. So here's some more ideas. So add a few forkfuls of raw sauerkraut to your meals, just a teaspoon if you want. You don't need very much. You not just nourish your gut, you're supporting the health of your gums every time you'd have a bite of sauerkraut or cultured veggies. Again, use the brine as a mouthwash. Just dilute it with a couple tablespoons of water. Put a tablespoon of sauerkraut in there and 2 tablespoons of water. Swish it around, like I said before, for 30 seconds, and then spit it out or swallow it, your choice. Probiotic rich either way. And doing this once or twice a day can keep your mouth's bacteria in balance. Don't use those chemically laden mouthwash. They're discovering more and more how bad they are for you. They have a lot of compounds in them that are not good, not only for your mouth, but they destroy the good bacteria too. So you want something healthy. And honestly, these foods help take care of that, these fermented foods. And you can make kefir. Kefir is the easiest cultured food to make. You can make easy kefir. You can use live kefir grains. They both work great. And they both work great to help keep your mouth and gums in check. The cultured veggie, I'll link that. The cultured veggie brine. It's called gut juice. I have where you make half juice, half veggies in the same jar, and then you got lots of juice you can use because the juice is just as powerful as the veggies themselves. And then, of course, El Ruderai yogurt's powerful for gums too. It's a very, very strong probiotic, guys. And people have asked me, well, can you take the capsules that have the Ruderai and do it? Yes, but you just don't get very many probiotics from that because once you fermented it, quadruples and doubles, and it keeps doing that the longer you ferment it. So you're just not getting very much bang for your buck. You're just using probiotic powder. Fermented foods have billions more probiotics in them and works so much more effectively to keep your body and your mouth in check. So those are a few of my tips and tricks. I hope you'll keep your body and your microbiome happy, and the microbiome in your mouth too. And these are fun ways to do it. Thanks for listening, guys, and we'll see you next time.